Hey everyone, I am Diane House. This is my presentation for Chapter 10 and gifts to students or staff. So gifts are considered anything that's personal goods or services that are bought with school funds and given to students or staff. And of course that excludes things that you would buy that you would use at school, like dry erase markers or things that would be utilized in the classroom. If you're going to use it there at the school, then that's not a gift. And just a couple things that I think are great to keep in mind are that school funds are not ours to use. Those are publicly taxed dollars that are either through mill levies or from our state funding. So to keep that in mind and to keep public opinion in mind, would you be comfortable sharing with your entire patron base how you were spending the money? And I loved the example of a solid rule of thumb is, would it go with you or not if you were leaving the district, whether retiring or moving to a different position? Would it stay in the classroom or would it go with you? And so that's how you discern between, is it a gift or is it something that you're utilizing in your class? So when we discuss gifts to students, there's really only two appropriate areas that we would be purchasing gifts for students. As fundraising incentives, at our school talking about carnival raffle selling tickets or jump rope for heart, that the incentives are used for those people who participate. They need to, of course, be age appropriate. It needs to be a fairly nominal amount. It should not have really any effect on your profitability. You purchase those incentives with the dollars that you've raised, and just be mindful that you're not favoring one group over another. The other area would be for special achievement gifts, such as awards banquets, athletic banquets. Again, those need to be nominal in value and age appropriate, and that funding can come from the general fund, donations, parents groups, or athletic funds. That's one that I would probably be really careful on. At least we've learned that in our experience. Gifts for staff members. We call it at our school the flower fund, even though we use it to purchase things other than flowers. But it's guided by written procedures. That's a committee and not individuals. It meets once a year at minimum, and you review the contribution amount. And I know recently our flower fund or remembrance fund was had enough in it that we backed down for 1 year how much our contribution was, and we asked for a different amount from certified staff and classified staff, so I think that's good. And usually this is to acknowledge special occasions such as weddings, deaths, marriages, new babies. Just make sure that they're reasonably priced. If the teachers are participating in a fundraising incentive, then if you participate, it's appropriate that you would receive a gift, and just make sure it's definitely under 5% of the overall profit. All staff gifts, such as token gifts beginning of the year or American Education Week, just if the staff generates it, then use it. So for example, the pop machine in the lounge, or things that your teachers would do that would generate those funds. You can use the general fund if it's inexpensive, but no cash gifts for sure. And the last thing I wanted to touch on was special efforts. And I think a lot of our schools are small, tight-knit communities. And so when families have catastrophic events or things like that, we want to reach out and help. I just think and totally agree with the idea that the best approach is somehow utilize a parent organization and keep that money collection and distribution out of your general budget or your general fund. Thanks for watching.